get a deeper, darker note. Hello and welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. And today we have the Bruichladdich Sherry Edition, and it's the Fino Sherry Edition from 1992. And this one is a sherry finish in Fino sherry cask and has been matured in bourbon casks before. It was distilled in 1992 and bottled in 2009. It has 46% ABV, that's 92 proof. It's non-chill filtered, it's not colored, and yeah, what do we expect from such a bottle? It's from a Islay distillery. Maybe you get a bit of a marine flavor note, maybe a bit of seaweed from the location. But the big question is, what do we get from the Fino sherry cask? And if you open it, it's not colored, so we can have a look at the color, and you might say a little. I have a red shirt. A little red notes. Wow, red sherry, sweet red, fruity sherry, and then we have that fruity sweetness. That's actually wrong. Fino is a very, very dry sherry, and what actually happens is that the Fino is actually a clear wine, and I've written a little text about it on Whisky.com, and where you can read all about what Fino is and what kind of effect it has on our whiskey. And if you follow this link, then you will find this article and see what kind of different Fino sherries there are. At the very bottom I have listed a few examples of Fino sherries, and this one is an example. And I don't expect it to be very, very sweet from the Fino sherry, but also it should be dry. So what did I write? I wrote the effect on color is negligible, and it should be dry and floral and fine fruity notes. Let's have a try, and let's see if we find this dryness and fine fruity notes, the floral notes. What else? Is there anything written on? Usually they go with where they got the malt from, but not this one. Nice cork. So if it's distilled in 1992 and bottled in 2009, then it should be 17 years old, and it's a good color for 17 years old. I don't get much floral notes. I get a deeper, darker note. More of a little bit of leathery note. I don't know how long the finish in the Fino sherry is. And if you consider the Fino sherry, usually the sherry casks are made from European oak, which has transported a bit more tannins and a bit more, gives it a bit more spiciness. So a bit bitter and a bit more spicy. And that's what I would say I'll find in this whiskey. It's hard to tell. It's definitely the darker notes, maybe some dark fruits, which is a bit strange for Fino sherry. I would say cloves. I don't find the tasting notes say vanilla and fruit salad. I don't find that at all. Maybe it's very subjective. Very smooth, very elegant. There is a bit of sweetness. There is a good amount of flowers, but also I would say a deep tone of a bit of a cacao note, bit of a chocolate note, and now here comes the dryness. When the finish is very dry, with a smooth silky feeling around your mouth. Very distracting for the taste. The taste is really, really complex, with a bit of a wine note, a bit of a grapey wine note, cacao, but the texture and the feeling of the mouth is very elegant, smooth, silky, but also dry, extremely in the end. Now it finishes off very dry. Interesting piece of bottle. It's definitely it's definitely something else. If you expect it to be a very sweet and straightforward, like a PX finish, that's a different sherry. If you look at a Fino sherry, that's a different. Why it's so red, can't tell you. I wouldn't have expected it to be that red in the color. In the glass, I don't see that red. And I would say, 17 years old, no coloring. That's legit. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a look on Whisky.com how Fino sherry or other kind of sherry affect the whiskey. And thank you very much for watching.